When Peton Manufacturing's 50-year-old press machine failed, panic swept through the factory. That machine, their crown jewel, was worth millions in contracts. Every silent day cost $50,000. 10 engineers tried for 3 weeks. Diagnostics, new parts, endless theories. Nothing worked. The factory floor buzzed with frustration. Monitors flashed error codes like taunts. The engineers argued, exhausted, pride slipping into desperation. The foreman, Buck Harrison, finally broke the silence. "Boys, we're bleeding money. Maybe it's time we bring in someone different." That's when Delilah Mae Thompson drove in. No suit, no polished briefcase, just a faded pickup, a worn leather tool bag, and quiet confidence. Workers whispered as she walked across the floor. To them, she looked like someone who should be fixing tractors, not million-dollar presses. But Buck greeted her with a simple introduction. "Gentlemen, meet the specialist." Delilah studied the silent giant like an old friend. While the engineers showed her logs and reports, she raised her hand. "Appreciate it, but first, let me listen." She pressed her palm against the steel, leaned close, tracing the weld seams with calloused fingers. The room quieted. Her eyes narrowed. "She's whispering secrets," Delilah murmured. And then, she found it. A hairline crack beneath decades of grime. Not in the electronics, not in the hydraulics, but in the very foundation. 50 years of compression, she explained. And the bones are tired. She's not broken, she's out of alignment. Your diagnostics only see what sensors tell them. But the sensors are crooked, so the machine lies. The engineers stared, stunned. 3 weeks of chasing ghosts, and she'd solved it in minutes. Bill Cartwright, the chief engineer, objected. "Foundation repair would take weeks, we'd miss every deadline." Delilah just smiled. "Who said anything about tearing it up?" From her truck, she brought out a simple hydraulic jack and a handful of steel shims. Not high-tech equipment, just practical tools and experience. She positioned the jack, marked chalk lines, and pumped steadily. The massive press groaned as if waking from a long sleep. "Cody, flip the switch," she called. The factory held its breath. The machine hummed. No grinding, no error codes, just a steady, perfect rhythm. The engineers gaped as warning lights turned green one by one. Delilah slid the shims beneath the mounting points. "Think of these as glasses for an old machine," she explained. She just needed to see straight again. 2 hours, that's all it took. What 10 engineers couldn't fix in 3 weeks, Delilah solved with intuition, patience, and a car jack. The plant erupted in cheers. Buck shook his head in disbelief. 3 weeks of misery, fixed by wisdom and calloused hands. Even the company owner, Harrison J. Peton III, rushed to the floor, staring in awe. "Miss Thompson, we need to talk." Inside the conference room, the tension was gone. Relief hung in the air. Peton leaned forward. "In 40 years, I've never seen anything like this. 10 engineers failed. You solved it in under 2 hours. Miss Thompson, how would you like to join us, permanently?" Delilah hesitated, then smiled. "I'll join, but not just to fix machines. I'll teach your team to listen to them. They speak if you know how to hear it." Months later, the factory transformed. Downtime dropped, production soared. Young engineers like Travis now worked hand-in-hand with veterans like Jake. Data met experience, and for the first time, collaboration replaced competition. Word spread. Other companies came calling, desperate for her wisdom. Peton offered her a bigger role, leading a new division that blended old-school intuition with new-school technology. From a fading pickup truck to the head of a consulting empire, Delilah proved something timeless. Expertise doesn't always wear a suit or carry a degree. Sometimes it comes in calloused hands, sharp eyes, and the courage to see what others overlook. And as Peton's machines roared back to life, one truth echoed across the factory floor. Sometimes the simplest wisdom beats the smartest technology.